My stars, reading time. I'm actually sitting on such a beautiful message. Bear with me. When I start the reading with a little message, I can tend to blabber a little bit. But I decided to go down to the beach this morning, and I was sitting there and I was just listening to those beautiful waves, the sound of our ocean. And this beautiful message came through about finding stillness amongst the chaos, but finding stillness within. Now, bear with me. Especially as spiritualists, I think we are constantly seeking answers for our emotion or for our surroundings, for our situations. And I think as humans, we are definitely programmed to, when we feel something, we need a solution. We need to fix it. Let it be an external form of chaos, an internal form of chaos, or sometimes that internal form of chaos comes from the external forces that have hit us unexpectedly. And we really do search outside of ourselves for answers, for validation. It must be because of this. It must be because I didn't learn that from that cycle. It must be something that's meant to grow me. It must be something that's this. Or, we will seek outside of ourselves again for that validation. Let it be, interacting with people, talking about our problems, trying to either get answers from them to soothe what we're feeling. Let it even be jumping to watch a tarot reading. Let it be just, we're constantly sitting outside of ourselves when we feel something that ignites us in a way that makes us uncomfortable. But the message I was getting, to find stillness amongst the chaos internally instead of externally, will empower and center you. And that really ties into sovereignty. I always say sovereignty comes from within. It's not needing the external to make us feel centered. Now, to really learn, and I guess this is a powerful life lesson for everybody, to really learn, and we touch on this at times, but we never really go into detail when I speak about this stuff. But I always say, when there is a fire that is created, let it be from an external tower or some form of chaos we're feeling within, to really learn, to really train that mind that this fire is not the be all and end all. This fire that you're feeling, you will come into a center eventually. You need to sit in it. You need to feel it. You need to find the stillness within without needing external to validate why that internal flame is being ignited. And I actually think for spiritualists, even though we, talk about sovereignty and divine guidance and surrender and divine timing and everything happens for a reason, we don't put those words into practice, including myself. I am always, everything that comes on my path, it needs to have an answer. Why did I see that? Why did that happen? Instead of just surrendering to my emotion, to my center, to feel it, to ride the wave of it, to truly understand, I don't need an answer for this. I need to find serenity and peace in it. So to try and find a solution or an answer to feeling an ignition, that means every time I'm feeling an ignition, I'm going to turn outside of myself to get the answer. So how will you ever heal needing external validation to soothe you if you don't just sit in it and surrender to it? Hopefully this makes sense, because in my mind, it's making so much sense. I always say this, life does not get easier, we get better. No longer how you're on a healing journey, no matter how much spiritual evolution you've had, no matter how much you're connected, life is always going to have ups and downs. And until you really learn that sovereignty to sit in it, you will never stop seeking outside yourself, which takes away your empowerment. It shouldn't have to come down to repeated cycles or astrological placements or things to do with retrogrades, or it doesn't matter. Hopefully this is making sense, because as that came through this morning, it was like it just hit me. As humans, we are so prone to find a solution to everything because our brain tells us without a solution, we are not going to feel still again. But that is wrong, because every time you're seeking a solution, the next up and down that comes in your life, once again, you're never going to soothe that chaos properly because you're not learning how to ride the wave of that emotion. So I always say, until you learn the lesson, it's going to keep coming in harder and harder, back to lessons. So if you're not learning the lesson of stillness and going within instead of turning throughout, turning externally, you will never truly heal that emotion. So this clearly ties into this main collective for a reason. And again, I actually think as spiritualists, it's probably one of the hardest lessons to learn. We speak these things about center and oneness, but do we truly believe them? Because it's very rare we actually do it and put it into practice. So to teach yourself a new emotion, I always say it takes time. But maybe this collective, there is some form of external chaos that is igniting this internal chaos within you. And you're trying to find answers, or you're trying to validate, or you're trying to fix the problem, instead of just sitting in it and not being hard on yourself. And I do say this, and I do believe this, and I do practice this. When something is really overwhelming me, that's the day I focus on the things that make me see me and make me happy. Those days that I do feel some form of external chaos, instead of sitting in it, and I guess it's trying to find a solution, this is when I turn to gratitude. The things that make me feel blissful, let it be just going down to the beach. Let it be just doing the things I love, instead of focusing on the pain or the uneasy that I'm feeling. That's the day I show myself the most amount of love that I can. That's the day, and we talk about it when we, talk about those glowing threads or those manifestations that you're wanting to achieve in life. You have to live in it as if you've already got it. So those days that it's going to be easy for you to fall short to that flame you're feeling within, that ignition you're feeling within, those are the days that you choose not to. Those are the days that you confirm to yourself, this will pass, like every other time that it has. Those are the days that you truly turn to that trust and that surrender and go within and truly show yourself how much you truly love yourself. So again, as I'm saying for this collective, don't turn, to external validation. And I'm about to give you a reading. This is clearly all meant to tie in some form of way. But just remember, I think my biggest message, and I speak about it all the time, anything that we do to go outside of ourselves is coming from a place of lack and coming from a place of not trusting in our true path and our true surrender and our true guidance. And I always say this, especially being a tarot reader, some form of advisor, I am, or I should only be here for a chapter. I should never be a permanence in your life. Otherwise, I'm not doing my job properly. I'm meant to give people enough strength to realize this about themselves. I'm meant to, as a give people enough strength to turn within. I'm a season, not a lifetime. So I just think this is a very important message for this collective. And maybe you're really coming to this place within. Maybe you've had a similar kind of message come through. Maybe you're in the complete opposite of chaos right now. Maybe this morning you woke up in stillness. Maybe you woke up in a centered place. There is something very profound going on for this collective, and I find it very magical that this is tied into our beautiful lunar energy right now. There's something very transformative going on for you, and you are ending out some form of pivotal cycle that is clearly needed for you right now, and you're welcoming in the new. So maybe this is either a new outlook that you need for this new cycle, and to truly trust your inner being, your sovereignty, and truly believe those words that you are all you need. You are all you need. So let's get into it. I'm actually really excited for this collective. You could have had, I'm hearing this, there could have been a very prophetic, profound dream that came through to you last night, or again, just waking up with that emotion. I say some nights we can go to sleep and it's like Tinkerbell just comes as, you know, we're in our rest state and sprinkles a little bit of fairy dust, and we wake up and we just have this outlook. We have this different kind of energy throughout us, and we're like, where has this come from? Maybe this is your sign to stay strong to that feeling that you're feeling, that belief that's maybe been inserted in you over the past, you know, day or two. But anyway, let's get into it. I'm intrigued to see if this is a centered collective, or if this is a message coming for a collective that unfortunately could be feeling a little bit of, you know, walking through a storm right now, and maybe this is coming to give you strength. So let's get a universal message for you. I want to get your animal cards. I want to get your archetype energy. I feel I'm tapping into such a powerful, magical collective. So let's get into it. I'm excited. Okay. Oh, my first card. The double divine intervention, double rainbow. So whatever you're facing, it really has come from up above. It has been that little Tinkerbell experience that I hope everybody in this world gets to experience, not just once, but multiple times through life. There is something very profound. Let it be external removal, internal removal, or both that's happened. And I always say divine intervention comes from fire. Divine intervention accelerates in our life when we've unfortunately deviated from our path a little bit too much, and we cannot see, or we've been a little bit distracted from the true things we're meant to achieve. Something will happen in acceleration, and again, this is why I say, and it ties into the beginning message, those moments of ignition and internal chaos, they don't need to be validated. They need to be trusted. They need to be learnt from. They're happening for that Phoenix period to strengthen you. Without fire, we do not grow. When we are, especially as spiritualists, when we are sitting in complacency, and I always say happiness and comfort, it creates complacency. Without fire, ignition, anxiety, we do not grow. We should not be scared of that emotion. We should embrace that emotion. But divine intervention, perfect timing right now. This is truly creating some form of duality in you. And this is why you need to go within and not seek throughout. You don't need to seek answers. You don't need to be validated. You don't need to have the answers for why this has happened, or even find excuses for why you should be acting this way or feeling this way. It must be because of this or that, or this person's this or this. Who cares? This is coming from up above. This is coming through light codes. And again, as above, so below. As we were saying, life is a roller coaster. Where there is ups, there is downs, and vice versa. Life will never be smooth sailing, no matter how much you've developed or healed. Especially if you are a spiritualist that teaches. I always say we have to feel it to be able to help. We need to learn how to transmute and alchemize, because how are we going to help others if we don't experience it? The reason we are healers, the reason our path, our contract is to really serve the people, serve humanity that needs us, our guiding advice that needs us for that season, not for that lifetime. If we have not experienced it, we will never resonate to the state that they need it. We need to feel the pain. We need to know how to alchemize and transmute it so we can truly help others through it. This is why I say people that are really on the path of helping, spiritual activation, awakening, you have literally gone through most trauma-filled lives because you're strong enough. You're strong enough to know how to overcome it. And this is how you help people overcome it. You start as empaths, but through your journey, you learn to become alchemists. You learn to become transmuters. This is how you become and transition from an empath to a healer. To learn to not let that emotion completely overtake you in life, but learn how to turn that emotion into power. Learn how to turn that emotion into strength. This is how you truly help others. If you haven't gone through it, how can you teach and heal people to get through it? Just remember that. Whatever you're going through right now, there's people in the community around you, or there's family and friends, believe it or not, that will eventually, if not now, need your guidance and support. So seeing, or maybe not seeing them seeing you get through it right now, this could be future down the path, because again, I'm overgoing the external, needing the external validation, but let it be now, because everything does happen for a reason, or further down the track, someone is going to need your guiding advice for exactly what you've gone through or going through right now. So just trust the divine has sent you this lesson because you're strong enough, blood of fire and steel, to get through it and to alchemize it into power. So you can put that power in someone else. Let it be now or future timeline. This is coming for a far greater reason than this just happening to you because of X, Y, and Z. It's happening so you can eventually help someone else through it. Number 16 could be important. And as you're watching this, you could see a beautiful rainbow, a double one at that. Or it could be a confirmation sign for you. Yeah, don't focus on this. So yes, there's snake energy. There's deception. There could be betrayal. But again, it's come from up above. This, sovereignty within. Focusing on this, needing to solve this, solutions. How 3D is that? How magical is that? Who are you? Are you this or are you that? Don't let this take you out of your center. Right, collective, this will make so much sense. Like I said, this is a very connected collective. Deception, jealousy, betrayal, backstab, toxicity, silent treatment, seduction, counterproductive. 100%. You are so much stronger than this. 16th of July could be a very important date. Maybe this stuff started happening but you were avoiding the signs because you were comfortable. So even though you would have had ignition, but again, everything happens for a reason. This is not who you are. This is who you are. It's like the universe is giving you a crossroads right now. Do you go within and trust us? Or do you seek throughout and try and validate why this has been unfortunately offered to you? Or why this is unfortunately the path you're on for this little moment. Little moment. Trust or go external. Turn within. That does not need to be validated. Otherwise, again, like we said at the start, this in itself is a lesson to just find center, find empowerment from you, not the answers. Oh my God, this is the divine guidance. This is coming to you from up above. Destiny. It's to improve your spirituality. Divine guidance, trials and tribulations. It's the only way we grow. It's a necessity. You don't need to have conviction for the way that this, like, you don't need it. It's come through sorrow. It's come through emotional loss. You feel like you're in a crisis, but this is part of your duty in life. This is part of your fate. Hopefully that beginning message is making so much more sense for this collective. Sometimes I can't articulate what's going on up here, but I know as soon as I sit in this chair, I always say what comes through me is the channel for who needs it. So the right collective, I made complete sense for you, but this was fated. And again, it's through the crises that teach us the lesson the right way. Squirrel, certain secret. Look at this. It's literally guidance up above, 3D BS. Guidance up above, 3D BS. So internally right now, and this is probably why, because it's like you feel you're coming from your higher self, but you're fighting your higher self with what's happening literally externally. So back to stop going external, go within. Choose silence, retreat, go within. You don't need to be validated. You do not need to have any form of answers externally right now. It doesn't matter. It's happened, right? So this, the right collective, I think you're so highly connected, but you would be just all over the place right now and out of stillness. You're trying to fight your high priestess, hierophant energy to your emperor energy. I always say spiritual masters, earthly masters, which makes me feel you are a master of some sort. But no wonder you can't get out of this emotional, I'm going to say it's a purge that's happening for you right now, especially if it's aligned with this beautiful, and I know I said before it shouldn't come down to the planetary alignments and the astrological placements, but hopefully the right collective, you get what I'm saying. And the 18th of July could have been a pivotal month that this all started, the cracks started to show. But secretive, this is making you feel frugal. Do I have enough finances? Do I have this? It's all, that's not sovereign. That's external. It's fear. Do you know what the right collective, you know what I'm trying to say? Giving lip service, feeling scolded by others, feeling judged by others, not understood, miscommunication. Who cares? Sorry. And I'm not trying to not validate what you're feeling, but you're better than that. You're guided. This came from up above. I'm hearing shadow clearing. It's a clearing. It's a purging. It's a... You know how we always say sometimes the lesson is so hard to see, and the harder the lesson, the bigger the lesson learned. So it's like this is something I feel has happened repetitively, and you always feel, because you get out the other end, I've solved it, but you never got through it in the midst of it. So because it's, again, you've always, every time this comes, it's always external, right? this, you might every time you come out feel stronger and stronger from some form of this in your life, but if it keeps repeating, like we said, we're not learning it properly. And I feel just the little shift that needs to happen, because for me to be talking about is sovereignty and internal, you know about this, right? You know about it, but it's just the lesson just needs to be seen and shifted a little bit more. It's not that you're not improving, and it's just the need of going within. You don't need to be validated or by anybody. There doesn't need to be an excuse why you're seeking out. Just go within. Feel the chaos. Feel it. Feel the uncertainty. Feel that there's secrets and learn how to not care. It doesn't matter. Why do you need to have the answers from other people to make you feel right? It doesn't matter. It all takes you out of center. That means you rely too much on other people's opinions instead of just relying on yourself and your guidance system. You, yourself, your higher self. You are the creator. We are all one, sovereign. We are all part of one magical piece of stardust. Remember that. Oh my, thank you, got Mother Gaia, literally. So we've got up above 3D, up above 3D, up, you are one, Mother Gaia. This is to balance your inner and outer High Priestess, Hierophant, Empress, Emperor. This is connect to your inner identity. Who cares why it's happening? Who cares? You are clearly a servant for this world, for humanity. Your lifetime here is to create change. You cannot create change, the right change, if you don't feel this shit. Because every single person in this world feels this shit, and they need to know the right outlook to get through this shit and finally find their center through it. You're learning how to finally find your center through it. Imagine how many people you can truly help. Mother Gaia, your inner identity, grounded in your purpose, experiencing duality, truly finding the middle path. You can't find light without shadow. This ridiculous. Balancing your inner and outer worlds. Polar opposite energy. Literally polar opposite energy, this spread. How can you truly find this if you're always so concerned about this? Fertility, you're rebirthing. You're the center of everything. Balance yourself right now. Number 4, your yang. That yin and yang, the white and black. Your yang is calling for you right now. Your strength, your willpower, your mental discipline, your determination through life. You can get through anything you put your mind to. Remember that about yourself. All right, let's confirm the white wolf. Your inner confidence. Your guidance. Trust your inner knowing. You're about to be free. Believe in your power. Your resilience, your stamina, your blood of fire and steel. 18th of April could be an important memory birthday. 16th of April, 7th of April, 4th of July. July is an impactful month for this Right Collective. Through this divine intervention, it's creating your steady movement forward. Don't think the worst. This needed to happen. Steady movement forward on the way. You're going to go the distance. Whatever you think you can't right now, you can. You're on track. This is opening a grand door for you. 16th of March. All right, this snake energy. Snakes are beautiful with serpent energy. your divine feminine, and this could be attached to a female. You could be thinking this could be a person you know. Who cares? Ew. As I'm reading this for the right collective, this should be showing you how this emotion, because it's showing me, like I always say as a reader, we embody the collective's energy, and I can see my energy transitioning as a, like this should be showing you why this is taking you out of this Mother Gaia. This outlook, it should be like bing, bing, bing. What am I doing? Why am I giving this situation my purity? Why am I giving this situation my center? Why? I know my teachings. I know my truth. Why am I giving my power away externally? This should be the lesson, this situation that breaks this cycle free from you. For the right, I don't even want to say collective. I feel like this is one of those readings which it's very rare I get that I feel like I'm speaking to one person. Like there should be a penny truly dropping for you right now. And this part should be giving you a certain self-realization. Number 29th of July could be an important date too. Memory. Oh my God, literally underneath this destiny, you are a lighthouse. I just got goosebumps. You're a lighthouse. You are a guidance system. This is a safe passage. They're saying, don't you worry. This warning, don't worry. You're a guidance system for the world. Remember the empath, alchemist, transmuter, healer. This is for you to guide others. This is why it's happening. It's nothing about you, and you're strong enough. You are strong enough to teach this lesson to others that come across your path. You would be a healer of some sort. You would be an advisor. It's nothing in the 3D physical. It's nothing about this person. It's about you and how you can help people in the future that come across a challenge like this. That's all it is. This obstacle is to help you navigate others and also yourself. You are the lighthouse. That is your destiny. And I always say, we have the hardest lives. That was what you had signed off in this lifetime. It's just a little detour to make you stronger. This is for your duty. Without the crisis, the emotional loss, the upheaval, it's to strengthen you. Get out of this snake and squirrel energy. You are more powerful than that, and you know it. You're too focused on the external tower, not the internal gain. It's the new, look at these cards. You're so magical. And it came in unexpected, but that's how it happens. They're the towers that create the forward movement. For the Fool, the new journey, major opportunity. Jump in this emotion, feel it. You're a free spirit. Embrace the unknown. You're an individual. You're a trendsetter. You're a rebel without a cause. You're not meant to be bound. You are not meant to be directed. You are an individualistic soul that has your path to achieve. Your path. You're different. 18th of September could be a very big day for you coming up this month. Remember this. This is your story. No one else's. Yours. Sovereign. You. The ending. This is really this emotional Mother Gaia to send to you. 8th of the 9th, 9th of the 8th. September could be an important month. August 9th could have been an important day. This loss, I don't want to say death, there could have been some form of passing as well, especially with this cross here, but you had forgotten who you were. You were coming too far off your path. First card, divine intervention. You were drifting too much. You're not allowed to. You're a guidance system. You're powerful. Trust. Sorry, I feel, and especially if you're a rebel, this might be a bit me, like, I get a bit passionate. You become absent-minded. You're not defeated. You're strengthening. This ending, this breakup, this done, over and out, over and done. Good. But how are you seeing it? Is this how you're seeing it? Or are you seeing it very I hate saying 3D, but like, I know we're in this meat suit, but you're stronger than this meat suit. Last one. Oh my God. From tears of sorrow to tears of joy, overflowing abundance, tears of sorrow to tears of joy. Number 34, that could be important to release. This is your fulfillment. You were chasing after something you were not meant to be. Emotional release. It's a life's challenge. Who cares? Very strong being you are. All right, let's get you a quick surrender card. Then I want to see what angels over you. Then I'm going to get you an archetype, because I just think you are truly a soul that is meant to change this world in some way or form, even if it's one soul at a time. Hold on a second. Okay. We're going to go a bit different. I'm going to get you surrender to defensiveness. It's taking away you don't need to defend yourself. You don't need to validate yourself. Know who you are. No one's opinion outside of yourself matters. Just remember that. Defensiveness is a sign of weakness. Lighthouse. Mother Gaia, remember who you are. Don't give away your power. To communicate in a more empowered way, stay centered, hear them out, then offer a clear non-defensive response. I want to do something a little bit different. Surrender to your ego. It's your ego at play. I don't know if you're, especially because I feel you're a teacher, an advisor. I don't know if you're online or you have a community, you feel like you don't need to defend yourself. The right people will always find you and align with you. That is your trust to your divine being. People that do not understand you are not meant to be around you. It's that simple. Okay. I want to get you one, let's read that quickly though. Cultivate gratitude, be in service of others, the right others, and come from the heart, not from the ego. A big ego can work against you, but humility will further your goals. Okay, I want to get you one feminine, because we were talking about the balance. One feminine card you need to balance, one masculine card, internal yin and yang, you need to balance. So this is your feminine that you need to balance. There is no glass wall lifting the veil. Oh no, masculine, sorry. Divine, so your masculine energy. For a very long time, you've convinced yourself you would never be able to return to your center. So this could be an internal thing without you even knowing. This belief is rooted in shadows like lack mentality. You're coming from a place of lack when you need external. At the start, watch the whole reading. Rejection and betrayal and trauma, or deep lack of self-love, which would have started from a young age. However, it is also caused by the veil of denial. And I just don't think you're seeing this situation completely right. It all had to happen to further your future self. To stay in separation and complete your karmic quest. To keep yourself in this belief, you create a glass wall between you and your feminine side, your yin and yang, convincing yourself it's very physical, but this is all about internal, has moved on, or she is out of your reach. Your feminine is not out of your reach. You could actually think there's your wounded masculine side, or your masculine side that needs to be, you sit in it, because it's that, remember, compassion compassion, understanding for self, You are one with our Creator. That unconditional love that you clearly have for your divine guide, that divine guidance is you, connected as one. Because even that, just go, why? You're going outside of yourself. Why is in yourself. You, right, collective, you'll get it. Convincing yourself she has moved on or she is out of reach. It's time to face reality. There is no glass wall. You are one. It's been with you all along. This card is a sign you are ready to break this wall and start seeing the path forward. And I felt that in that part. I said it should have been like a boom as I was reading that. Because as I was reading that, I could feel the energy shifting. Okay, let's get your feminine energy. That needs to be balanced. So your masculine, stop dividing your yin and yang. It is one. You are on that middle path. Do not categorize yourself because of your trauma. That's too many. Like, you could swear black and blue, I'm feminine, but it's like, you know, the masculine wounding that comes up through a state of ignition. So then you categorize, this is my masculine energy coming over me. This is this. You should, yeah, where again, one. Okay, run free. Individual, trendsetter, one path, your path, soul path. Divine feminine, you are, this is written in a really light. You are perfect and whole just the way you are. Literally. Your value does not depend on the amount of people who you have in your life or the validation from others or whether you aren't in a partnership. You need no one to complete you or accompany you in this journey of life. Truth. When we are here free of codependency, we embody the energy of the lone wolf. We feel equality, fulfilled and complete on our own. Literally what we just said. Powerful. As in healthy relationships, friendships, family ships, love ships, whatever it is, it's not a reliant on your success in life or who you are as a person in life. You're amazing. You don't need the approval of anybody. Remember that. Our choices and our emotional state do not depend on others or their approval. We know who we are. We know our path. We are ready to walk it regardless of who chooses to follow along. Become the embodiment of the true freedom of independence. This is a huge part of that Fool card that came out. Release assumptions and don't assume. Don't create things in your mind. It doesn't matter. Again, remember right at the start, you're trying to put a solution on a problem. You don't need to, because that's human nature. You subconsciously think by finding a solution and validation for the reasons of the actions, the snake, the betrayal, the this, it's going to send to you. It's taking you out of center. What's that saying? Rhyme and reason. You don't need no reason. It was divine intervention to strengthen your lighthouse. The only reason you want reason is it's the defensiveness, the ego that's coming up over you. You're stronger than that. Taking you out of your sovereignty. Watch your whole reading. Everything we think we know what motivates others or why they behave in a certain way, we are making an assumption, a blind guess that is nothing but a projection coming from fear and judgment. We are attempting to fill the gap of missing information. We are attempting to fill in the gap of missing information, oftentimes without knowing enough about another person or their journey. Don't go beyond of what you know with certainty. Move away from fear to love, from assumption to benefit of doubt. Embrace the state, again, that defensive card. Embrace the state of not having all the answers. It's not your job to understand others or their motivations, motives. Remember, we all have a unique path. Connect to your heart space and activate your compassion. Truth. those two decks are magical, by the way. Okay, what angel is over you right now, guiding you? Angel of hope and peace. Fights the evil, not that there's evil, but light wins, powerful force, break free, confidence, faith and trust. I ignite the power of hope in your heart to help you gain victory over all evil in order to establish peace in your life. This is timeless, tiger's eye. And a big fat yes with an exclamation point. 4 and 3, feminine, masculine energy. And it's so funny, my rings, I'm only wearing my goddess ring, my aquamarine. I didn't know how this, you guys know me, I always wear my rings. This goddess energy, remember who you are. Balance your masculine, feminine right now. The angel of everlasting life. AIDS, transition, acceptance, comfort. I'm not going to say crossing over. I know there was, it's funny, this came out yesterday. Transforms emotional pain, number 18. During transition, separation and loss, I give comfort and support. I also help you, I'm not going to say that part. Calcite, they've been trying to teach you this lesson for over a year right now. You've got this. They're watching over you. They are guiding you. Turn within. They're within you. Last angel card, and then I'm going to give you an archetype. Stay the course of you. Do not give up. 29. Don't panic. You're not on the wrong path. You're just having a bumpy start. Learn from your experiences and keep going right now. Okay, I want to get you one more. Number 29. Sword of Truth. Revelations. Clarity. Empowerment. Be honest with yourself. You're coming from a place of ego, but you think you're coming from a place of center. Number 5, transformation. All your feelings, even the difficult ones, have a message for you. Accept your truth and let source take it from there. Sit in it. Embrace it. Grow from it. Love it. I say this all the time. It's coming to my mind. This might sound really silly, but whenever I'm feeling something that I like, especially when I'm doing like water fasts and stuff, and I'm like getting that hunger, or if emotion comes over me, instead of giving into it, I'm like, yeah, I love it. Give me more. It does something mentally. It works for me. It might work for you. So when you're feeling the anxiety or the why, just be like, yeah, give me more. It works for me. Okay. I want to see your archetype because you clearly, I'm seeing that mother crone. You're powerful. Wow, way too many. The vessel, the siren, truth, hypnotic, magnetizing, that you are the vessel. It's like 5 there. I just want to get one. Oh. You're not going to believe this. So the castle came out, right? So I went to go start flicking. Look what we slid it on. The crone. You. Okay, so... Oh, I'm not reading the crone, but... And number 13, surrender to the divine. What are we? So we are... 33... Hold on, let me find this. Okay, the palace, the penthouse, the fortress. It's no wonder fairy tales tell of sleeping princesses within castles and walls. Like most archetypes, the castle is loaded with duality. Surprise, surprise, watch your whole reading. It represents abundant riches, seductive fantasy, ornate wonders, and lavish. And so... what I'm hearing, sorry, I haven't. So whatever situation you're in now, have you aligned with this situation because of the potential of external gain? Did you align with this situation of external of what could be, is what I'm hearing straight away. Did that take you out of sovereignty? Like, why the situation are you in right now? Did you Was it external attachment that tempted you? Was it external attachment that made you ignore the red flags? Was it external attachment that affected your boundaries because you were more attached to the what could be? Was that what could be all the, I don't want to say all the riches in the world or all the, because remember, divine intervention has come in for you. So again, you had deviated that far off your path, off your sovereign being. From what I can see from this, it was because of the temptation of what could be, right? So even if the environment you were in was not all about wealth and abundance, but again, there was something to gain from this experience that made you lack the boundaries that were needed in the moment. Because I say this when I'm reading love, you guys, you can get so drawn by the magnetic connection, the whirlwind, and it's like those signs are there straight off the bat. But when you feel something, when you're holding on to a future outcome of something, it can blind you to what is in your face in that current moment. And I just feel it's funny, this it's kind of, I'm hearing that Sleeping Beauty. You had become Sleeping Beauty because you were blinded by the seduction of what could be eventually. Right, collective. Anyway, lavish endorsements, yet the walls are thick, cold and shadowy, but you stayed firm. Because remember when we were reading that part, I think there's something about July, cracks were starting to show, but you kept ignoring it because again, holding on to what could potentially be. And you've got to remember this was activating your shadow self. So temptations, is it something to do with, I always say it could be certain addictions or let it be wealth, let it be future. What it was coming from a place of your ego. Watch the whole thing, right? So the right collective, this won't sound confronting. It should be making pennies drop because you're trying to find answers to this situation. This card points to a tendency to hold on to possessions, and now you're in the frugal squirrel, worried about what comes next, worried about finances. Where am I going to be? What am I going to... They're showing you how you might preach the sovereignty, the this, but everything you're facing right now emotionally, because you're so dependent on external fixing it, it's taking you out of your center. While the forest... wait, where are we up to? And then in brackets, it says quite possibly even literally your home or position that project the image of achievement while the soul longs to run barefoot in the forest. That is so true. Anyway, in the forest and leaving it all behind. At times we must settle down, yet the castle lulls us with its spell of materialism and we fall asleep to our deepest dreams. You were so far off your path. I just got goosebumps again. Divine intervention. You were being tempted by the external, and that's not who you are. You might have been thinking you were running barefoot, but what was the gain of it? Your soul. And it's funny, I say when people activate to this world, you have these visions of living off the land, living off the grid, and it's like sometimes you guys will find that path, but there's still something attached to it that is, again, for external gain, for the external of what may be. So you could have thought, I'm on my path. This is my, but you were still not coming from the purest place. Right, collective? This will make sense. Okay, at times we must settle down in the castle, la 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 la, materialism, la 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 la. The castle can be a motivating force, an enchanting goal to travel towards, but it is best not to linger within its walls of decadence or deception for too long. You were in it for too long, and it could have just seemed like this for you. You're better than that. So what has this transitioned you? What is this transitioning you to? Oh. The king, the queen. One more, please. What is this lesson transitioning this beautiful collective to? The father. Now, wait, this is... Okay, bear with me because I just got a few things before I even read this. You right now are bound to your broken masculine energy, the right collective. You know there's a place of repeated lessons that come up, that come from some form of wounded masculine, which you would probably resonate with father trauma, right, in the physical 3D. This is transitioning you, because remember, you're feminine and masculine, to bring the wall down. You are one. Do not categorize yourself through reaction and trauma. I am this, I am that. You are one. The more you do that, you're taking yourself out of external balance and oneness. It's the way you speak to yourself. So I haven't even read this, but this transition is making you, what I feel intuitively, finally heal this part of you that puts the wall up in your soul and divides your internal being, your internal oneness, right? Because the theme of this, you get it. You're so receptive, observant, but every time you face something, there's an external answer that is needed to validate what you're feeling. What is the lesson? What is the placement? What is this? What is that? What is this? Instead of it's all happening to teach you to find the stillness within emotion and let go of the external validation that is needed to confirm you or make you think through external you are going to find a solution. This is a lesson for you. It always comes within. This is a collective that preaches sovereignty. They're teaching you the true lesson of it, right? Again, very rare collective. Please, please, please watch from the beginning, because this is making so much sense. It's not about healing your childhood trauma. It's seeing it outside of the box, right? I always say healing is not just about trauma. It's to appreciate happiness when we divide it. And every time we do, oh, this is from my trauma, we're not releasing the trauma. We're not accepting it. Just like that lighthouse, just like that, without these, you're a transmuter, an alchemist, a healer, a guidance system. You chose a life of this to help others. It does not define you. It is not you. Make sense? Right, collective, watch from the beginning. Watch from the beginning. Like I said, very rare, unique energy. This is going to sound like gibberish to most people. Number 2, it's your duality. Stop it. Oh, God. All right, what does this say, this card? I feel it's more what just came through message-wise. Star is born, the star born, the father. The great father, the masculine, the protector. Alongside the mother, the father resides in the central axis of the archetypal family. The father embodies both light and dark aspects of the masculine. Thus, he is... this is all about just... I think it just ties into the rest. Stop dividing the energy. Stop putting yourself in a category. You are not a category. You come out of your oneness by dividing yourself. Okay, this is transitioning you to understand this. It is not black and white. It is center. It is middle. It is not this and that. It is the fine line between. You can't make sense of every decision or thing that comes into your life. That is not life. That is not a spirit. Well, it shouldn't be a spiritualist mind. Watch from the beginning. I really kind of tried to explain that message in the clearest way I could. You are the middle path. You are not bound by dark. You are not bound by light. Without this, you cannot have this. Without this, you cannot have that. As above, so below. The sun needs the moon. The sky needs... It's all one in the same. You can't have one without the other. You're balanced. Remember that. Okay. And it wouldn't surprise... You are compassion. You are unconditional love. Stop saying that you are not. You are clearly so powerful. What you speak, you create. This is not just beautiful on the outside. It's beauty from the inside. You don't give yourself enough credit. You speak the words, but you do not believe it. This is you. You're way too hard on yourself. But then you excuse yourself for you are not your trauma. And don't be around people that make you believe that you are. Don't be around people that make you believe what you put out. Oh, it's a projection of this, it's a projection of that. You are the peacock. And the right people that align to you, these are the people you would call in that understand this about you. That's it. This is why they're saying don't seek, don't defend, don't nothing. Your energy shines this. And if your energy shines this, you will always, the community that you were destined to build will find you energetically, not this, energetically, because that's what you project out, right? I'm going to read this for you because that is just, hold on. Magical. This is how you're shining up above. This is how you're shining. Just remember this message. Your inner beauty, your compassion, you're an assimilator of anything. The beauty of the peacock is unrivaled. It's easy to think it comes from the plumage, but the secret of the peacock is that the beauty resides within and extends outward indefinitely. This adept creature can assimilate or digest all experiences of life, blood of fire and steel, unstoppable, watch your whole thing, so it does not harbor resentment, conflict, or past pain within its psyche. It does not serve you. The peacock type is extremely rare. Not many of you you'd be polarizing. You'd be polarizing to people that do not truly embody this. You would repel them. Many of us have reached this not many of us have reached this advanced level of acceptance of self and others. Do never let anyone make you feel you are not that. Stop dividing yourself. When you're in balance, you're confident and you're kind. When you're out of balance, you can't digest situations. You're taking yourself out of balance because you're dividing yourself because of your trying to get externally. This is happening because of this. This is happening because of my wounding. This is happening because of this. This keeps repeating because of my astrology. This keeps repeating because of the eclipse season. This is because of this. It doesn't matter. You. Within, not externally. You do not need to solve this problem you are feeling. You need to feel it, accept it. You're alchemizing right now to help others on a future path. This is happening to learn the lesson, to truly be able to help others' future endeavors. Server, alchemist. Don't see it 3D. You're learning. Okay. I'm not getting anything about what's coming next. This was never about that. This was about you and seeing yourself. This was a message of belief that needed to be inserted in the right collective at this time. You are going to be safe. You are going to be fine. But you need to believe that. You need to understand this was always divine. This was fated. Watch the whole thing. It's very rare. I get called, you're powerful, you needed this message. The only one deck I'm going to get for you now is a universal message for you, and then that's it. You don't need the answers. Focus on you. You are the starfish. You put a spell on people. Number 4 again. This is going to be better than you could have ever imagined. You just got to keep on going. That's life. Life doesn't get easier. We get better. Better than you can imagine. You're rebirthing once again. Dragonflies. Something could have come to light. It was meant to. Look at that all-seeing eye there. Just see it outside of the box. Last one's no expectation. Getting granted a key. Stop expecting the worst or the best. Relieve the expectation of what comes next. You've just learned a powerful lesson. You're learning a powerful lesson through this. Oh my God, there's that lighthouse again. Focus on the bigger picture. See the emotion outside of the box, the theme. It's surrender to receive. You say you surrender. You need to truly surrender. Within, not without. Last one. It's all in you. Unknown gift is developing. And it's in you. Lion. You're a lion. Remember that strength. Infinite potential, self-belief, compassion, female magician, taming that ferocious lion within. You have something developing far grander than you could have ever have imagined. You don't know your fullest potential yet. You might think you do. There's so much more in you. You were caging yourself. My biggest message, this divine intervention happened because you were coming off your path. Remember that. Remember you'd be getting so many signs and synchronicities as support right now. Not as answers, as support. To go back within. Remember, signs are not about external gain. It's all internal transformation. Oh, perfect time. The veil, the shackles are being lifted. Perfect timing. This stopped it. Something could have just stopped battery-wise, clockwise. Like I'm seeing literally lights go out. 10:26, date-wise, 26 of initial C. Sage, protect yourself right now, nature. And I think you are in nature. That's what I was feeling. But there's something externally, that castle card. You think you were out. Wrong motivation in your mind. Nature. And then 10, completion. This year is 1979. That could be an important year of some sort for you. Oh my God, and then the signs, the feathers. And I literally, so that's my sign. So you could be seeing, again, signs are for you. Important dates, memories, 11th of the 8th, 8th of the 11, 11 and 1. So destiny unfolding. 10th of the 11th, 11th of the 10th, 101. 4th of the 5th, 5th of the 4th, 16th of the 11th. 3, 4, Empress, Emperor energy balance, feminine within. 18th of the double safe travel with the skull, 2 skulls. So black, which you need grey is the color of balancing, right? You keep putting yourself in this wounded, masculine kind of because of your trauma. Stop, balance it, safe travel. You literally got the skulls for me, safe travel, right? Stop categorizing yourself because of your trauma. You balance your energy, safe travel. And then I mucked them all up. But you've got now 4, 4, 3rd of the 9th, 4th of the 9th, 11th of the 2nd, 2nd of the 11th. All right. And that was 5th of the 3rd, 3rd of the 5th. All right. That was beautiful. Good luck. Stay centered. Thank you for blessing me with your beautiful energy. It was very magical to read, and like I said in the beginning, because of you, whoever you are, I learned something from you this morning with that message. So I can't thank you enough. Truly. Good luck.